Peace, you know who this is. Today I got to do this video. Tariq Nasheed is not only co-signing Donald Trump going after James Comey, but he's also celebrating and talking about this is why black people made the Democrats lose. Remember when I said that's what Tariq was trying to do? And then when it happened, he tried to say that wasn't what he was trying to do. Well, now he's celebrating and saying that's what he was trying to do again. Let's get into this video. It's going to be kind of long, but we're going to go through it together.
Former FBI director. Boy, they didn't hit him with some indictments. Boy, they hit him with some indictments. Man. So, James Comey, former director of the FBI, he got fired by Trump. Didn't he get fired around 2017, something like that? So recently, today, well, they charged him, a federal grand jury in Virginia, they charged him with two felony counts. One of the counts was making false statements. They said that he lied in his 2020 Senate Judiciary Committee testimony, where he claimed he didn't authorize or know about any leaks to the media regarding FBI investigations, I think, into Trump. And the other charge is obstruction of a congressional Senate proceeding. So they're saying that he impeded the lawful functions of Congress when he gave misleading or false testimony during that 2020 Senate hearing. And the accusation is that he made false statements. So basically, this is Trump getting his lick back, which we knew was going to happen. Trump is getting his lick back.
This is not just basically Trump getting his lick back. This is the president of the United States of America using the institutions of the United States of America to persecute his political enemies and doing it in the most blatant, unconstitutional, indefensible manner. But here you go, trying to defend it, trying to justify it, saying we knew this was going to happen and trying to make it sound like it's some type of good thing. But we're going to continue.
These people. And Trump had a bunch of people on his shit list, and Comey was one of them. Yeah. Now, Comey, he served when he was director of the FBI. He served under Obama and Trump. What happened when Comey was in his position and when Trump was first in office, there was an investigation into Trump's team and Russia. You know, there was some type of talk about Russian collusion and all this stuff. And the FBI, they were looking into whether people in Trump's campaign was working with Russia to mess with that 2016 election. And allegedly, Trump had talked to Comey in private, like, "Hey, man, I hope you can let this go." When it,
It's not alleged. He did talk to him in private. Because he's stupid, by the way. He went and doesn't know how the government works. So he did go to Comey and ask Comey about the investigation. He wanted to know about Mike Flint, because that was the person who they was investigating. And Trump wanted to know also, was he being investigated? Which he's not supposed to do. But we're going to continue.
when they were talking about Michael Flynn, so Trump kind of had an off the record conversation with him, and Michael Flynn got in trouble, and Comey didn't stop the investigation. And allegedly,
What Comey stopped the investigation? Doesn't make any sense. See, you don't even know what happened in the situation. You can't even be bothered to do like a quick Google search and read about it. You can't even be bothered to ask Girk or Chat GBT or whatever, Grok, Chat GBT something to give you a brief paragraph summary or two paragraph summary about what happened with James Comey and Donald Trump. Can't be bothered to read a newspaper article. Can't be bothered to watch a news clip beforehand. You just giving your audience a whole bunch of misinformation, but we gonna continue.
Comey wrote down memos about his private meeting with Trump, and then Comey allegedly took those notes after talking to Trump and leaked them, and allegedly gave them to a reporter. And then that caused the bigger scandal. That caused the appointment of a special counsel for against Trump to do an investigation on Trump. That Mueller, that whole shit with Mueller, that caused them to do a whole big investigation on Trump. And in 2017, Comey testified to Congress that the FBI was actively investigating Russian interference in the 2016 election and that it looked into people connected to Trump's campaign. So Trump ended up firing him. And, when Trump got out of office, the Democrats started to put charges on Trump. Trump got the mugshot and all that. So they really didn't want to, they didn't want Trump
Are you serious? They didn't just put charges on Trump. Trump was breaking the law. Trump's first term in office, he was one of the most corrupt presidents in American history. Trump literally tried to overthrow the United States of America because he lost the election. Nobody was putting charges on him. This was not some trumped up thing. This was not some witch hunt. This was not politically motivated. In fact, they didn't go they didn't go far enough on Trump because of politics. Because this is America. We don't send presidents to jail, especially even if they criminals. That's why they let Trump slide. The same way they let Bill Clinton slide, Nixon slide, and everybody else. That's just how it works. But because Trump is outside of American politics, the political order of America, he's an outsider. He never ran for office. He never served in the military. He doesn't understand that. And normally, when a president messes up as bad as Trump did in his first term, he goes away. He knows he could be put in jail, but they're not going to put him in jail. And then he just goes away. He just fades to black if he messes up that bad. The same way Bush did. You don't hear from Bush. You didn't hear from Nixon. They gone. But Trump kept coming back, and now he's doing something else. He's using the power of the presidency to persecute his political enemies. This is not some tit for tat where, like, oh, the Democrats did it to him. Now he's getting his lick back. That's not true.
to get back in office. They knew if Trump got back in office, Trump was going to start getting them licks back. And that's exactly what he's doing. You understand? And they got a whole bunch of people on the shit list. There's other people they're talking about throwing some charges on. Now, they got Letitia James, the attorney general out there in New York. They're talking about, did they put the charges on her? I know they were talking about charging her. I'm not, did
The sister in New York, another person that Trump wants to go after and made a mistake because he's so stupid and incompetent, he made a mistake and leaked a memo that was supposed to go out to Pam Bondi about what's going on with charging Letitia James. He didn't do anything illegal. Trump broke the law. Trump lied. And he just wants to go after people who are doing their job for going after him for lying and for breaking the law. This is nothing to be celebrated or be happy or be giggling about.
put the actual charges on Letitia James? I know they were talking about it because she was on the hit list. Then Adam Schiff, I think they're investigating him now because he was shitting on Trump. So now they're investigating
Who is Adam Schiff, Tariq? You don't know. You just saying names.
him. They're talking about getting at George Soros now. Because George Soros, he's been a talking point for the right wing. So yeah, they're talking about investigating George Soros and the Open Society Foundation. So they going for broke. They getting it in, man. And here's the thing. This is why the Democrats, boy, they did not want Trump to get back in office.
No smart person wanted Trump to get back in office. Even establishment Republicans didn't want Trump back in office. Anybody with two brain cells to rub together didn't want Trump back in office. It wasn't just the Democrats.
Boy, they wanted us to save them. See, this is why they kept trying to scare us, family. They kept telling us, oh, y'all don't want Trump in office. Trump is going to get y'all blacks. Ooh, Trump is gonna get the black people. Ooh, you better not let him. It's your life or death. You can't let him get back in office. He's gonna do something. Project 2025. We're gonna get the black people. Oh, yeah, yeah.
which is what's happening. Trump just gave the black community, the black middle class, a non-survivable gunshot wound that comes straight out of Project 2025. You didn't hear about the 300,000 black women who have lost their jobs, mainly in upper management jobs, corporate jobs, and government jobs? You do know that the majority of black households, the black woman is the sole breadwinner or the biggest or the main breadwinner. You do know that in the majority of black households, right? You know, by the Trump administration going after black women the way they're doing, which is in Project 2025, this is destroying the black community. All those nice black communities that y'all be talking about, like PJ County and all this other black middle class and all that other stuff, that stuff is going to disappear. It's going to be gone because of Donald Trump. Don't you see Donald Trump gearing up to send the military into black cities to go after black people? Don't you see Donald Trump trying to make it so he can deport black people out of America? You don't see that. He has gone on record. We have saw Trump say that off the record and on the record, trying to do that. Talking about, oh, Project 2025 is real. Trump's cabinet is basically the people who wrote Project 2025. You don't see Trump trying to get Eric Adams to stop running for mayor and to come work for HUD, to use HUD to go after poor black people. You don't see that? The biggest people who will be hurt by Trump's presidency will be black people, bar none. Like, if you take all the other hurt that other people get combined, it ain't gonna measure up to what black people are gonna be hurting. How he's gonna hurt black people, and what black people are going to lose. But we're gonna continue. Let you talk.
And we weren't really going for that. No, what they really wanted, they wanted us to vote for the Democrats so we could save them. This is what they really wanted. Because look, Trump is getting that lick back. It ain't really aimed at us like that. Now, I don't like how Trump.
What do you mean it's not aimed at us like that? He's going after his political enemies, but he's also going after us too. And to go after us, it's much harder because it's more of us than to just go after one person or two people or three people. He's basically doing the Nazi play. When the Nazis got into power, when did they first start sending? Who did they send to the concentration camps first? Jews or their political enemies, who are Germans? Their political enemies. They started sending them virtually immediately. In 1933, they didn't start sending Jews to the concentration camps just for being Jews until like 1938. Speaking of 1938, who were the first people that the Germans started killing? Did they kill the Jews first, or did they kill their own people first that they had a problem with? They killed their own people first. In 1938, that's when the Nazis started their euthanasia program against German disabled people and disabled children. They didn't start systematically exterminating the Jews until 41 with the death squads in Eastern Europe, and then with the death camps in 42. I think 42, yeah. Like, what's not clicking, Tariq? Like this whole, I mean, I know you understand because you're a Republican shield. Even though you don't fully understand because you're stupid, you understand more than your audience, who is even stupider, that you're trying to mislead right now. This whole notion that, oh, Trump is not really going after us like that. Trump ain't been president for a year yet. And he has already given the black community a non-survivable gunshot wound. He is already gearing up to have the military go and occupy black neighborhoods. They foreign enemy territory. He's already trying to set them put the wheels in motion to deport black people out this country. And I don't want to hear nobody saying he can't do that. There's nothing that's going to stop him from doing that. He tries it. He might not succeed to the level he wants, but it ain't nothing to stop him. A piece of paper ain't going to stop him. If the Constitution can't protect people like James Comey and others, it ain't going to protect you. But let's keep it going.
Sent National Guards to harass black people. Yeah, we got harassed, but we ain't really getting no big licks from these folks. But
Because that's just the trial run. The National Guard was just basically just walking around. He didn't really lay the hammer down like it was supposed to be laid down. This is just, again, this is just the trial runs to see can he or can he not get away with it before he really sent him. Like, remember, Trump is going to be president if he doesn't die, get impeached. He's going to be president for the next 4 years, not 4 years, for the next 3.5 years or 3.25 years. He's going to be president. There's more than enough time to get you. But we're going to continue.
I don't even like the harassment. I don't like that at all. So I call that out. I ain't no fan of the administration. But boy, Trump, them, they getting their lick
Could have fooled me that when you said you wasn't a fan.
back on the Democrats and the liberals. Yeah. He's putting heat on those political enemies, all the liberal elites that went after Trump. So he's giving them the same energy.
The liberal elites didn't go after Donald Trump. They even gave Donald Trump a pass. Donald Trump should be in a normal country. Donald Trump would be doing life in prison for what he did during his first term. But he didn't do 1 day in prison. And that was because of the Democrats giving him a pass. But we're going to continue.
And the Democrats, they were begging us to save them, not to save us. The last election, they weren't giving us no tangibles. We told them what we wanted. See, so if y'all knew y'all were in danger, we could have helped you. But
Lies. Again, more lies. It wasn't Democrats begging black people to save them. It was black people begging black people to save them. For us to save ourselves. And this whole tangible lie, this is a lie. Because tangible is just a word. Because what are these tangibles you say you want? And then don't say reparations, because y'all didn't really want no reparations. Y'all was just using reparations to get clout for your hate group. You did everything in your power to keep reparations from happening. In fact, if you really cared about reparations and tangibles, you would have made sure Trump lost. Trump is the only president I know actually campaigned on being anti-reparations. Trump literally campaigned on being anti-reparations and taking away rights and privileges, opportunities from black people. He's not the only person who campaigned on those last string things I said, but he definitely is the only one I know to literally campaign on being anti-reparations, saying vote for me and I'll make sure black people never get reparations. If you really cared about reparations, you would have been anti-Trump too. So you can miss me with that fake tangible talk.
not going to help you for nothing. We're not going to be the sacrificial lambs where we get whooped on. We sit up here and put you in office and then we just get punished left and right. Come on, the Democrats, and we're having a great paradigm shift here. I like it.
Yes, we are having a great paradigm shift, one that you're too stupid to understand. The Democratic Party that you're talking about, that you got in your mind, doesn't exist anymore. That party is dead and gone. The Democratic Party we have now is filled with a bunch of ex-Republicans, a bunch of lefties who don't like you, who are really class reductionists, filled with a bunch of other people who have just capitulated to the Republicans. And a lot of them don't care about black people. Because if you're not paying attention, I know you're not paying attention, so you don't know this, but the DNC got a new chairman. And that new chairman is doing everything in his power to strip black people of their political might. Like, you know how people talk about how black people have been controlling who gets to be the president for the Democratic nominee? Well, he's trying to change that system by taking the primary system out of South Carolina to start. So about time it gets to South Carolina and it starts getting to the black areas in the South or whatever, where the black people got a lot of voting power, it's already pretty much decided who's the president going to be. I mean, who's going to be the Democratic nominee for president? Mondani, what we seeing in New York. It's a referendum on black power, like political power nationally. But no matter what happens with that election, whether Mondani wins or loses, black people loses. That's the paradigm shift. The paradigm shift is that we're not going to have a black middle class anymore. The paradigm shift is that probably could end up with the two major political parties in America both being openly anti-black and not being able to help black people in any way, shape, or form, or not wanting to help black people in any way, shape, or form. We're gonna keep it going.
Everybody's getting some damn act right now. Yeah, let's be real. What they really feared was Trump is coming after them, and that's what he's doing now. Now that he's back, yeah, they're catching the damn heat. See, everybody wants us to catch the heat. See, the liberals, see, they weaponize fear. Now they're the ones on the run. They push those fear narratives. If you don't vote, you're gonna lose your rights. If you don't vote, you're gonna go back to Jim Crow. Oh, they coming for you. But boy, they're chasing down.
We are going back to Jim Crow, and it's because of people like you. So again, also I want to just make this clear. Tariq, I do agree with you. Black people could have stopped this and they didn't. So when all the bad stuff started happening to the black community, which I'm not happy for and I don't want to happen because it's the bad stuff, I'm a part of the black community, but we won't really have nobody to blame but ourselves. People told you, like you said, you were saying it in a mocking voice about, oh, Project 2025, Trump gonna send you back to Jim Crow, y'all gonna lose your rights. Nobody can't say nope, the black community was not warned. But we gonna continue.
White liberals now with these indictments and court dates and investigations and TV show cancellations and oh man. So yeah, it's a different vibe.
The censorship will affect black people too. I don't understand what you don't understand about that. You think Jimmy Kimmel and they going after other people like that are going to be the only people being censored by the government?
Now they're not used to that. Yeah, we've always been their shield, and now that we're not the shield,
No one is used to that because, especially not in modern America, because modern America doesn't work like that. Modern political life in America does not work like this. This is what Trump is doing. I don't think America ever worked like this. Trump is a one-on-one person. Nobody's experienced anything like this. It wasn't like, oh, we just use black people as a shield because any Republican would have did this. The answer is no.
for them, things are going real left. And I want y'all to understand. See what happens when black folks don't save the system? You see what happens when foundational black Americans, we refuse to be the mules of these political parties and we just sit our ass down somewhere? Things go to hell.
So you think the country going to hell is not going to affect black people? People who you say and others say is at the bottom? You do know when a structure collapse, everything falls on the bottom, right?
I'm telling y'all, they need us. We have to be in the mix. They have to focus on us. When we're not in the mix, these people start going in on each other. Yeah, we didn't rush out in record numbers to save democracy with nothing on the table for us. Now look at the results. The system is flipping on it.
What do you mean nothing was on the table? Joe Biden, third greatest white president for black people in history. Third. Third. The only two presidents I would ever put above Joe Biden for what Joe Biden did in that one term, Abraham Lincoln and LBJ. Only two. And Kamala Harris would have been a continuation of that, but even better. And now we have nothing. Now we going back to pre-LGBT, LBJ times. We didn't save ourselves. Democrats will be just fine. Trust me. New Democratic Party that's gonna emerge, because people, us as black people, have basically been sidelined and marginalized, or they're trying to do that right now, is going to be just fine.
Itself. Without our bodies on the front lines, the Democrats, they can't hold that wall. Their own elites are being devoured by the system that they built. These illegal immigrants are getting rounded up left and right. Folks getting shot at detention centers. Oh, it's insane out here. And they just keep trying to drag us in the mix. No, no, no. Y'all got to come through with tangibles. Yeah, the black folks didn't get played like that this time. Some of the white
We are in the mix. One, because of all the stuff I said, and two, we live in the country. If the country is being destabilized and is collapsing, there's no way black people don't feel the effects of that. That's like being on a ship that's sinking and thinking, well, that's on y'all. Water is on y'all side. The water will be on all sides soon. That's how a sinking ship works.
liberals are getting played. Yeah, we didn't fall for the vote blue no matter who okey doke scam. We sat it out in for the most part, or for insignificant numbers, because there were still black folks lining up to get them catfish nuggets. But listen, a
Now, look, attacking black people who did what was right and did what they were supposed to do, but you're elevating black people who stayed home and didn't do what they was. But anyway, keep it going.
significant amount of us said, nah, we're gonna have to get them tangibles.
Again, what is tangibles? You just saying a word. That's sloganeering. Remember you said we not going for sloganeering? You're doing sloganeering. What is tangibles? And again, don't say reparations, because if you say reparations, I'm gonna ask you how much should reparations be since you don't believe in a study. And on top of that, why were you not anti-Trump, the person who ran the campaign on anti-reparations? People who weren't even going to vote for Trump voted for Trump because he was saying that he's anti-reparations and he's going to make sure black people don't get reparations. You do know reparations is a dead issue, right? You know reparations is dead. It's dead. It's a dead issue. There's literally no way for black people to get reparations, especially in the next 40 years. To even seriously even try to even attempt to even talk about it. It's done. It's dead. You helped kill it. Kill it. We're gonna keep it going.
We got to get them tangibles. So now that political retribution that they feared, it's landing on them, not us. I always told people, listen, when we vote Democrat and we don't get anything, we're the ones who's targeted under
Black people get everything from the Democrat. Again, in the last 50 years, every right, every privilege, every opportunity, everything black people have gotten from the government or gotten in this nation has been made. The Democrats made a way for that. Either they directly gave it to us or they made a way for us to go get it ourselves. Everything. This stupid rhetoric of black people just voting Democrat for no reason or out of some stupid blind loyalty. You're either a shill saying that, political operative, or you just don't know anything.
those Democrat policies where we ain't getting nothing. We are always the main one targeted. Now, and then we have to deal with anti-black racism from the white supremacists. We got to deal with anti-black racism from immigrants. We got to deal with the anti-black racism from the white LGBT community. We got to deal with all that stuff when the Democrats are in power.
So the Republicans are in power. You don't have to deal with racism from white racists. I mean, white gay racists. You don't have to still deal with racism from immigrants. Now that Trump is in power, that's a lie.
With the Republicans, we just got to deal with white supremacy. Yeah, we got to deal with white supremacy. That's fine. Yeah, we have a focused enemy. We don't have all these buffers we got to deal with. That
With Trump being in power, you got to deal with something new, brand new. Remember, Trump is a one-on-one event. Trump has never existed before in American political life. There's no equivalent to Trump in American history. So no black people have ever dealt with something like a Trump before. So you making it seem like this is just regular, degular Republican racism as usual, when it's not.
that's good. Makes everything clear. You see, the liberals they would use us to block Trump, and but they would have let us burn. If the Democrats have won, man, we would have been ass out of it. Just imagine if Kamala Harris was in office, we'd be so fucked up. They're not going to indict their own. But they would have been giving us symbolic gestures while locking us
Why would they have indicted their own? Their own didn't do anything.
up. We getting shot. Um,
But that's not happening under Trump. Black people are not going to jail and not being locked up and not being shot under Trump.
the whole shebang. Them twiddling their fingers, not doing anything. And Trump coming back, boy, that didn't increase punishment for us. It spread the punishment around. Inclu-
It's a lie. But I'm stopping it every 2 seconds. I'm gonna let this dude finish up, get out of here because I'm taking no more.
Including the people who thought they were above it. You see? So all these same liberals who sat up here talking about, oh, we got your back. Oh, you vote for us, we got your back. Yeah, you can't even protect your own necks. You see? These folks made TV speeches about being allies to the black community and all that shit. And yeah, y'all folding. Look, the Republicans, they're making these people bow down like bitches. They made them bow down and go along with that Charlie Kirk.
Exactly, because they have all the power, stupid. The point was to make sure they don't get the power. Because if they get the power, then they in control. And once you got the power, you're in control. You sound stupid. That's like somebody saying, hey, help me tonight, make sure this guy don't get the gun. Because if he get the gun, he gonna have all the power and he can make us do whatever he want. And you don't help me, and the person gets the gun, and now he puts the gun to my head and says, now we doing A, B, and C. And I say, okay, we doing A, B, and C. And you go, oh, look, you was talking all that. Um, Help you get the gun, and so he wouldn't have power. But as soon as he got the gun and got the power, now you just going along with it. I didn't just say, hey, let's get the gun from him, because if he gets the gun, he has all the power, and if he says A, B, and C, then it's A, B, and C.
National Day of Memorial or whatever. All them Democrats sat up there and voted and went along with it like a bunch of bitches. Yeah, they're showing that y'all are bitches without us standing up there holding the line for you. See, that's why, black family, make these folks give up some tangibles. We got way more power than they tell us we do. We don't let them.
And you blew it. You squandered it. We don't have the power no more. It's gone. I want Tariq to explain to do a video explaining how black people still got political power, the same amount of political power that they had before Trump got elected to the second term. I want him to explain how we still got that same amount. Like I just explained to you, the new Democratic Party is dismantling black political power as we speak.
Tell us what the business is. We better understand our power and utilize it. You understand? See, this power shift, this got to force the white liberals to start bringing some tangibles to the table. All the white liberals, y'all need to be sitting down with the black grassroots playing let's make a damn deal. This is the perfect time for you to get some damn act right.
You're out of the black, quote unquote, black grassroots. You're the enemy. You just said that the black grassroots, which you are referring to yourself, is the reason they lost. Why would they want to work with you? You're not a part of the equation anymore. By you, I mean black people. They trying to remove us from the equation or make us less important in the equation. Nobody's making a deal with you or any black group. Everybody on the way out.
I know y'all don't like this whooping y'all getting. Now y'all can keep playing the dumbass game, or y'all can sit down and let's talk turkey. And let's get them tangibles going. Let's get some reparations going. Let's get some.
Happy he just separated reparations from tangibles. So, because you heard me ask multiple times, I didn't even listen this far into the video before I started making it. He separated tangibles from reparations, which shows you that tangibles was an empty slogan. Like I said, you weren't even talking about reparations.
Land grants going. Let's definitely get an anti-black hate crime bill going. We got to get that. Let's sit down and have a real conversation so we can clean some of this stuff up. Or
A real conversation with who? A real conversation of that magnitude that you're asking for requires leadership. It requires leadership, but you're not the leader, and black people don't need leaders. So how can a conversation happen with nobody to be a leader? This is what I said before when people were sitting around here attacking these programmatic policies the Democrats was putting forward. I'm like, y'all basically asking for clientism, but to have clientism, you have to have leadership. You can't have clientism where you sit down with a group and say, "What do you want?" and they tell you what they want, and you give it to them, and they give you the vote without leadership. Because who do we know who do we know who we should least listen to? Should they listen to Yvette Carnell? Should they listen to you? Should they listen to Roland Martin? Who should they listen to? There has to be leadership.
y'all can keep getting whooped on by these right wingers. We're good. We're going to be good. We're good sitting on the couch just watching the show. You understand? This is a major
A lot of people not even gonna have a couch still. Black people not even gonna have a you're gonna continue.
power shift right now. So it's time for y'all to get some damn act right. You see? So the Democrats, when they're in power, they use the DOJ and the FBI and the media to silence a lot of black activists. They shut down a lot of grassroots movements. It was the Democrats doing a lot of that.
That's a lie. Name these organizations. Name these organizations that got silenced by the Democrats, where the Democrats illegally used the DOJ to go after black organizations. Name it. Name when Biden did that. Name when Obama did that.
Weird shit to the black grassroots. And they were making examples out of the black independent thinkers. Now that Trump is in power, he's turning those same institutions against them. You see? And this is bigger than Trump. This is bigger than Trump. This is about political leverage. See, we black people, we've been used as pawns in white liberal and white conservative chess matches for decades. But now we stepped off the chessboard. We're like, we're just off the board right now.
And have black people been used as political pawns. Black collective. That never happened. Two, you can't step out of the chess game. There's no off the board. This is politics. This is not a game. Politics determines who lives, who dies, who eats, who starves, who will be free, who will be jailed. There's no out. You can't be outside of it. Political decisions that are made will affect you whether you participated in helping to make them or not.
So now what's happening? The players are attacking each other. Yeah, the pawns are off the board. So yeah, you guys are consuming each other. We're watching from the sidelines. And that's how political leverage starts. Sometimes you got to be strategic about sitting it out. That's how you got to do sometimes. What
You don't win by losing. And you don't become more a part of the equation by taking yourself out the equation.
does Bushmeat barrister want? Good Lord. Bushmeat.
Well, I think that's enough. Done enough. This video here. Thank you for watching to the end. Make sure you like this video, share this video, give it hype point. Comment on the video. Tell me, did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? Donate to me if you can. PayPal, Cash App. But thanks to so all the people who have donated to me so far. You can donate to me for the love of the game, or you can donate to me because you want me to make a video specifically for you. And follow me on my social media sites. Again, thanks for watching this video to the end. You can email me. The email will be in the description box below and then pin comment. No family, peace.